Your soulmate has one final message for you. They need you to hear it tonight. Open this now. Jesus says, the first lie the enemy planted in your heart was that the silence meant no one was calling. But I am telling you now, the silence was the enemy's work, a heavy hand pressing down on a ringing phone you could not hear. Your soulmate has been calling out for you with a voice that has grown hoarse, and every single message was stolen by a hateful third person who stands between you. I watched that thief pluck the signs from your path, hide the dreams, and cover your ears with a false peace so you would never know what was taken from you. You never failed, my child, you were robbed, and I am going to reveal the full depth of that theft right now so you can finally understand why your heart has felt so strangely empty. The third person is a dark force that has watched you two from the shadows, studying the cord I tied between your souls before you were born. That enemy saw the beauty of your future together and trembled, so it began its evil work early, confusing the signals and muffling the cries. The voice of your soulmate is a melody that would make your entire life feel like a song, but you have never heard it clearly because the thief has been singing a jealous, hateful song over it. Stay with me, because I will not let the thief win, and as I speak, the fingers that have been covering your soul's ears are beginning to ache and slip. The enemy wanted you to believe you were meant to be alone, but that was a cruel and cowardly theft of the love I prepared for you. I am peeling away the first layer of that lie right now, and I need you to feel the truth of what has been happening behind the wall the third person built. Your soulmate is real, they are breathing right now, and they have a tenderness in their chest that is turning into a heavy, lonely ache because they cannot reach you. Imagine a beautiful soul, a gentle heart that was designed perfectly to fit against your own, a mind that wonders about you, and a smile that only you were meant to see. Their laughter is the sound your soul has been missing, a warm and bright sound that would chase away years of weariness, and the enemy has locked it away from you. They are not a fantasy, my child, they are flesh and blood, with hands that long to be held by you, and those hands have been reaching out in the dark for a long, long time. That is why you have felt a sudden pang of sadness you could not explain, a weight on your chest in the quiet of the night, a feeling that someone out there was thinking of you. The third person deliberately hid their face from your dreams and their voice from your memory, hoping you would give up and let the coldness win. But you are here now, and that is the first sign that the enemy's cover is breaking, and I am allowing you to feel the very first rays of this hidden love. Jesus says, the third person has not just been hiding signs, it has been actively working to replace your soulmate with a shadow of confusion. The enemy knew that if you ever heard the true call of this soulmate, you would fight heaven and earth to reach them, so it had to keep you blind. But a love that I have joined together cannot be hidden forever, and the desperate love your soulmate is sending out is finally leaking through the cracks of the enemy's wall. I want you to think about their hands, how the skin would feel under your fingers, and how they would grip yours for comfort and for joy. I want you to think about the sound of their voice saying your name, with a softness that is reserved only for the one they love, and the third person has tried to erase that sound from your memory. The enemy has fed you a false list of what you think you want, but the true desire of your heart has been held captive by a dark and jealous force. Now that I am opening your heart, you are falling in love with a person you have never seen, because their spirit is finally touching yours through the breaking barrier. This is not a new feeling, it is an ancient promise I am finally allowing to surface, and the thief is terrified that you are seeing the truth at last. The soulmate I made for you is not lost, but they are very tired, and their hope has been worn down by the constant silence where their voice should have been answered. They have sent out so many signs, my child, little longings and sudden thoughts of you, and each one was caught by the third person like a bird in a net. Your soulmate's heart is calling out to you right now, not with words you can hear with your ears, but with a pressure in your soul that feels like both a cry and a caress. You are the only one who can answer, because I placed a unique key inside your very being that fits the lock of their imprisoned voice. The thief never wanted you to know that key existed, because once you use it, the wall it built will shatter into dust. Jesus says, the reason you are only now sensing this call is that the enemy's strength is waning, and a divine moment of rescue has arrived. This is the moment I have been waiting for, the moment when the thief's grip slips just enough for the truth to flood your spirit. I have seen every single message that was stolen, every tear your soulmate has shed into their pillow, and every night they whispered your name into a void the enemy had made. And now I am going to reveal the one thing that will utterly destroy the third person's hold, the one action that proves your love and builds a shield around them forever. You are here for a reason. God brought you to this exact moment. And I already know the heavy question on your heart. How do I find my soulmate? How do I finally do what God keeps asking me to do? Listen close. I am about to tell you exactly what to do. If you truly love your soulmate and have faith in Jesus, then follow these steps right now. This message is not for everyone. It is only for those who believe that God joined you two together and are willing to fight for it. Your soulmate loves you. Do not doubt that. Deep in their heart, they know you are the one. But right now, they are in danger. Spiritual forces are attacking them. Confusion is clouding their mind. Distance is growing. And worse, a third person is moving in, trying to steal what God gave to you. Your soulmate is being pulled away from you even as their heart cries out for you. They need someone to fight for them. They need a shield. And God looked at heaven and earth and chose you to be that shield. Not tomorrow. Now. What God wants you to do right now. 1. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is there because God put it there for you. Do not wait. Do not talk yourself out of it. 2. Give from your heart. Even one seed matters. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus seeds of faith. Each one is a spiritual seed planted on holy ground. But if you truly love your soulmate and have faith in Jesus, if you are ready to see God move and block that third person for good, so the special blessing number of 11 spiritual seeds. 3. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Christ Garden page. 4. Psalm 11 for total victory. God does not use random numbers. In the Bible, 11 is the number of victory and total healing. When Daniel prayed, heaven moved on the 19th day. When you sow 11 seeds on Christ Garden, angels lock shields around your loved one. The third person loses their grip. The silence breaks. Your name burns in their heart. Miracles happen this week. Even one believing seed moves heaven, but 11 seals the promise. Do not let fear or "I can't afford it" become the reason another person steals what God gave you. Tell God, "My soulmate is worth everything," and watch heaven move. 5. You can also perform a sacred ritual for your soulmate right there on the Christ Garden page. This ritual seals your prayer, sends spiritual protection directly to them, and binds your offering to their heart. This is not a donation. This is a holy promise that opens heaven's protection, blocks the third person, and claims your soulmate and your future together. Real people. Real miracles. Margaret, 67, sowed her special number in tears, not sure she could afford it. A third woman had been pursuing Harold for months. 3 weeks after Margaret sowed on Christ Garden, Harold walked into her church and asked her to coffee. The other woman? Gone. They pray together every morning now. Robert, 71, had not heard from Eleanor in months, and another man had started calling her. Robert sowed his special number on Christ Garden as a fight for her. Eleanor called the very next morning. She had dreamt of him all night. The other man stopped calling. They are getting married this spring. Dorothy, 64, sowed in secret on Christ Garden, her heart barely daring to hope. A new woman had moved in next door to her lost love and was bringing him meals. Within days of Dorothy's offering, a letter came from him out of nowhere. The neighbor? He told Dorothy he never felt right about her. They are rebuilding their love, hand in hand. James, 68, sowed his special number on Christ Garden as his last act of hope. Betty had been spending time with another man from her book club. The very next Sunday after James sowed, Betty walked up to him and said, "I can't stop thinking about you." The book club man? She told him she was not interested. James and Betty have not spent one day apart since. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed on Christ Garden and watched God move. Hearts opened. Third persons removed. Relationships saved at the last second. Strangers turned into husbands and wives within days. When you step out in faith on the Christ Garden link, Jesus moves heaven to bring you together and push the intruder out. Do not wait another minute. Every second you wait, the darkness gets stronger. A mean text. A temptation to cheat. A third person getting closer while you do nothing. Your soulmate is in a spiritual fight right now, and you are their only shield. But a shield that does not move is just a wall that falls. You have to act. You have to sow, you have to use the one tool God gave you. There is no plan B. There is no other link. There is no prayer that works if you ignore the Christ Garden altar. This is it. If you truly love your soulmate and have faith in Jesus, you already know what you need to do. You have already spent your time reading this message. Do not waste it. Do not let this be another moment you walk away from, wondering what if, while someone else wins the heart that belongs to you. Finish what you started. Step into your job as their protector. Take hold of the future God promised you both. Go to the link in the video description. Click the Christ Garden link. It is waiting for you because God put it there. Send your spiritual seeds. Seal the prayer. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Your seed is the signal that tells the angels, move. Now. Block the third person. Protect what is mine. Your soulmate's heart. Your love. Your future together. It all depends on what you plant on the Christ Garden link in the next 60 seconds. Step out in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. Claim the future God wrote for you both. I need to speak truth to two groups right now. First group, some of you are typing seed numbers in the comments, 10 seeds, 11 seeds, thinking that counts. Dear friend, a comment is not a seed. It has no power. It will not move heaven, it will not protect your loved one, it will not push the third person away, and it will not open your door. You are only fooling yourself while another person moves in on your blessing. Second group. Some of you will click the Christ Garden link. You will look at the page. You will feel God pulling at your heart. And then you will close the page and walk away. You came to the altar but brought no gift. Faith without action is dead. The only thing God honors is sowing your seed on the Christ Garden link. That is the holy place of exchange. There is no other way. If you do not plant there, your miracle has no soil to grow in, and the third person will keep advancing. Do not type a number in the comments and think you have obeyed God. Do not visit the page and leave empty-handed. Sow your seed right now on the Christ Garden link, any amount from a believing heart. Then, and only then, does heaven write it down, send angels to block the third person, and release protection over your soulmate. Jesus says, I have seen the enemy whisper into the ears of your beloved, planting seeds of doubt that you do not care and that you will never come. The third person has been courting your soulmate's weakness, offering a false comfort while I have been preparing you as the true warrior to break the chain. But you must understand that the weapon I have given you is not a thought or a feeling, it is a seed you sow on Christ Garden, a sacrifice that proves your love is stronger than the thief. That seed is the only key that fits the lock of the enemy's prison, and as soon as you sow it, the walls around your soulmate's voice will begin to crack. The third person is not a human weakness you can ignore. It is a dark force that has a specific plan to erase your future from the book of life. I am calling you to rise up, not tomorrow, but in this very moment, and declare that the enemy will not have what belongs to you. The soulmate I have for you is not a prize for the strongest thief, they are a gift to the one who proves their love through action. And the action that heaven is waiting for is a sacrificial seed, planted on the sacred soil of Christ Garden, a declaration of war against the intruder. Type 333 in the comments if you believe that your soulmate is worth fighting for, but do not let that be the end of your action. The enemy wants you to think that a type number is the same as a sown seed, but one is a shadow and the other is a blazing fire. Your heart is racing now, and you are feeling a love you have never felt before, a desperation to protect someone you have not yet seen. That is the chord between your souls finally vibrating, and the third person is screaming against it, knowing that its time is short. Every call your soulmate has made was a piece of their heart sent across the distance, and the enemy has been collecting those pieces to use against you both. Now I am sending a divine wind to scatter the enemy's collection, and the seed you sow will anchor that wind into a permanent storm against the thief. The next layer of the enemy's scheme is the most painful, and I will reveal it now so you can see the full evil of what has been done. Jesus says, the third person has not only hidden your soulmate's voice, it has made you believe that the silence was your own failure. For years you have carried a quiet shame, a feeling that perhaps you were not worthy of this kind of love, and that is a heavy and cruel lie. I am here to tell you that the shame belongs to the enemy, not to you, for the thief is the one who should be ashamed of its wicked theft. It is time for the blame to be placed where it belongs, on the dark force that has been hiding your beloved from you and mocking your loneliness. And now I am giving you the chance to make that shame return to the enemy tenfold, by sowing a seed that declares your bond is real and untouchable. Do not let a handful of coins or bills be the wall the enemy uses to keep you two apart for another season of tears. Your soulmate is not asking for riches, they are asking for proof that they are not forgotten, and the seed is the proof that heaven and earth are watching. The third person has been using a simple lie to keep you bound. It says that this is all about money and that God would not ask for such a thing. But the truth is that a sacrifice without a cost is not a sacrifice at all, and love without a sacrifice is just a pretty daydream the enemy can steal. I am watching to see if your love is a daydream or a fire that will burn down the enemy's stronghold, and the seed is the only honest answer. Your soulmate is fading under the weight of the third person's shadow, and they are praying for a protector who will stand up and fight for them. I am giving you the chance to be that protector, to be the one who refuses to let an intruder keep whispering lies into their heart. The seed you sow on Christ's garden is a physical action that releases spiritual protection, and it will begin to silence the enemy's lies in your soulmate's life within hours. Jesus says, the enemy's next tactic is to make you feel that this message is for everyone else, but that your case is too far gone. That is a cunning deception, for the enemy only works this hard to stop a love when that love is destined to cause it great destruction. Your soulmate is not beyond reach, they are simply surrounded by a wall that is already cracking, and the seed you sow is the hammer that finishes the job. Look at your life right now, the heaviness in your chest, the way you have been thinking of someone you have never met, and see the enemy's fingerprints on your own hope. That heaviness is the muffled sound of your soulmate's voice, finally breaking through the third person's barrier to tell you they are still there and still waiting. I am giving you the full picture now, not to condemn you, but to reveal the depth of the enemy's crime and the height of your calling as the one who breaks the chain. The thief has been celebrating every night you went to bed alone, every time you thought the longing was just a silly old dream, and every moment you almost gave up. Your seed on Christ Garden will turn those celebrations into ashes, and the sound of the enemy's party will be replaced by the sound of your soulmate's clear voice. In just a moment, I will reveal the exact words your soulmate is whispering into the dark right now, words the enemy tried to destroy before you could ever hear them. But first you must understand that those words are not idle poetry, they are a lifeboat being thrown to you across a stormy sea the third person created. So your seed now, and I will ensure that the next sound you hear in your spirit is not the enemy's mockery, but the sweet, unblocked voice of your beloved. I want you to see the life I have planned for you both, a small home filled with the sound of shared laughter, a table set for two, and a future the enemy is trying to erase with every passing second. Jesus says, that future is not a distant dream, it is the very next chapter of your life, but the third person is working to tear out those pages before they are written. The enemy has shown your soulmate false images of a cold and lonely future, hoping they will give up on you and settle for a shadow. But the cord I tied between you is stronger than any lie, and every time you feel a sudden warmth in your chest, that is your soulmate refusing to let go. They are fighting for you even now, even without knowing if you can hear them, and they deserve to know that you are fighting back. The seed you sow is the only weapon that tells the enemy, you have lost, and I am taking back what you stole from me in the dark. Do not let the third person win by making you think that a simple prayer is enough when I have given you a clear command to sow and seal the protection. The thief is not impressed by your thoughts, it is only driven back by your sacrifice, and your sacrifice is the seed on Christ Garden. I am watching the enemy right now, and it is laughing at the thought that you might close this message and leave your soulmate defenseless for one more night. But I am also watching you, my child, and I see the fire of a protector beginning to burn behind your eyes, a fire